Christopher Johnson, not Christopher Robin.
Whatever, bro. Tomato. Okay.
Not even the same story.
Welcome back to the Sit Down Kid podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with...
Release the Kraken.
Jimmy.
Leo.
Bryan.
All right, this is episode 6. So let's get this underway. I was reading this article that talked about Black Ops 4 basically being like the number one game for 2018 as far as how many copies were sold. Do you guys think that's true? Because I don't think that's true. I believe that Red Dead Redemption 2 sold more copies.
I mean, who claimed this?
I don't remember the article, bro. This was a while back.
Pay attention to your sources.
I just write down topics that I see throughout the week, you know.
You just read the headline.
Yeah, you could say that.
They're part of the problem.
So, what do you guys think?
Well, it's not what I think. I mean, I could just go on my phone and Google it. And we could find out right now.
Yeah, you could just check vgcharts.com and you'll see the software sales.
Oh, you guys want to look up facts then? Okay.
I wouldn't.
Well,
Don't let the spread.
I'm
news.
asking just off the top of your head. Do you guys think that it's
Off the top
like
of
if
my
it
head.
would have?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a lot of hype around Red Dead, but I mean, Call of Duty's always just been such a big franchise. You have a lot of people buying that bullshit. So
yeah, and I do feel that this whole battle royale mode helped it out a lot with its sales, because if it didn't have that BR mode, then it probably wouldn't have done as good as it's doing.
I think Battle Royale and the fact that they have like the different characters.
The classes, or
No, not the classes. The characters like Seraph.
and how they have different abilities and whatnot.
Like, it's
the
kinda like
specialists.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
They have
yeah.
like the specialists and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that definitely brought a different take to multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
'Cause
that's
now
true.
everyone has like their own, I guess, play style,
Yeah.
similar to like Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helped it a lot too, because definitely a good twist.
Okay.
So basically, Black Ops and Call of Duty in general, I mean, they were on decline for the last couple of games. So
Well, I would think that too, but as far as sales go, I think it's still like sold a lot of copies.
Yeah.
it's
Every
sold,
Call of
but
Duty still sells a good amount of copies.
didn't the last, what was it, like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, like, or the ones before that, like their sales weren't already dipping. But the thing is, like, Black Ops bounced back. I didn't even know they had that specialist class until I bought it and played it.
I was so thrown
Yeah.
off when I went into my first multiplayer game. I was like, "What the fuck
Yeah,
is
me
this?"
too.
Yeah,
I had no idea about that.
You had no idea?
It sounds like they came back by basically jumping on the bandwagon on two things: Overwatch and PUBG
And
Not-
Siege.
and Siege. Wait, Siege?
Yeah. We talked about this in the last podcast, how Siege influenced Black Ops as well as far as the classes goes. Because in Siege, they have classes as well with
Oh, that's
each
right. That's
character
right. Yeah,
having
yeah.
their own, unique ability.
Yeah. So I mean,
And I don't even play Siege, but I know that.
That's. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No, I don't think so. It's a
But-
bad thing.
No, it's.
I
not a
like that
bad
it's
thing.
different,
As long as they don't try to claim, that this was like Black Ops picked up again because of their innovations, because they just took other people's shit that was.
It was
already-
just the BR mode. That's just it.
I argue at least that with the battle royale mode, in my opinion, they yes, they copied PUBG or other games, whatever, but at least they polished it. I'll say
Yeah, definitely.
more than
I even
what
said
other-
it back in the day. If fucking PUBG played like Call of Duty at 60 frames per second in first person, then it'd be the shit. But I mean, how long has PUBG been out on computer? First of all, I want to say
a little over a year, right?
don't know.
Wasn't it?
No, it's been out for more than a year on computer, anyways.
on
computer,
like a year and a half.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know. Maybe not a year and a half, because that's if anything, that's on console, isn't it?
Consoles, they got dropped in December of last year.
Okay, so a year though.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
That's why I said a year and a half, because it came out on PC. Like
I don't
half,
remember.
half a year to a year before console.
I mean,
Well,
that
it's only
sounds
2
wrong.
years
I
at
feel like
that
it's
point.
been on PC for a while,
Okay.
but I mean, whatever.
We got the answers to these questions at the tips of our fingers, man.
But okay,
no
so
technology off the top of your head only.
you guys do believe whatever article that was, that Black Ops indeed is the most selling game of 2018?
No.
No.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You wouldn't doubt
It
it?
wouldn't surprise me because it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I see no reason why they would need to lie about something like that if you can verify it.
Yeah. Go
PUBG
ahead.
came out
March 23rd. Yeah, I wanna look up Red Dead sales because the thing is like Red Dead was waited by so many fans for how long? When did the first Red
I
Dead
think it
come
was
out?
7 years ago, 8 years ago. Correct?
Like,
Do you
Wow,
remember
is that long
when
ago?
the first Red Dead came out? It came out in 2010.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
8 years.
So
they waited
then
like 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason, obviously, I doubt Red Dead is as popular as the GTA releases when they come out, because it's just barely the sequel.
Yeah.
But Rockstar holds so many records for games sold within the first week, how much revenue they made up based off one game. They hold so many records.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't not believe that they outsold Activision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like from the top of my head that it outsold or that Black Ops outsold Red Dead Redemption, but I guess like you guys said, you could look up the facts and look up a website that gives you the actual numbers of sales.
Well, also there might also just be almost ate my mic. Shut up. Just sheer time, like how long it's been out too versus Red Dead, right? Like, I mean, there's the initial sales, of course, the initial spike, but even then, there's still continuing sales.
Did Red Dead come out after Black Ops?
Yeah.
Or I
Right.
did.
Right.
Guys, do you?
Yes.
Are looking it up right now?
No,
Yeah.
we were playing Black Ops way before Red Dead came out.
Okay,
Yeah.
that might be right.
So there's also that too, right?
All
It's
right.
been out longer.
Have you guys heard of this new console that's coming out? It's called the Madbox.
I saw you
The Matt Box.
retweeted
Yeah,
some
Mad
bullshit
Box.
about it, but I didn't see what it was about. What is that?
No. Enlighten me.
So
It's
it's,
fucked.
supposed to be like I guess like a high-end PC type of deal, where
Okay.
it's supposed to run like at 90 frames per second. It's supposed to support VR headsets and 4K visuals and shit. And aside from that, they're making it for it's not really gonna have exclusive games. It's just kind of gonna be like how do you say it? Like any platform can release their games with them, or like whoever's making like whatever the
developer. Yeah,
they
yeah.
can release their shit on their console.
Okay, I get what
So
you're
they're
saying.
not gonna have like exclusives, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, apparently that's happening, and
Is
it's
that the
supposed
name
to-
for it?
Yeah, it's called the
Mad
Madbox.
The Matt Box.
Yeah, Madbox.
But I feel like unless they are able to take off, like what incentive does a developer have to make their game compatible on this new system?
I guess the specs.
That it could for sure run.
Yeah,
But
that for
it's-
sure it could run.
But
what
it's
they're
saying that it could run,
No, I get that, but like unless because then you're making
What's the incentive? You're asking
Yeah,
like why
yeah.
are we gonna release it on that
like right the
platform?
the reason you have a lot of shit that are exclusives too is because then you just focus on what you're not trying to make like a PlayStation version and an Xbox version too.
Yeah.
Because it's separate rights and all that
Mm.
bullshit, right? So
Even though they're technically the same.
yeah.
I guess they're also releasing it to I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of annoying that there's only really 3 companies dominating like the gaming
The gaming scene. Yeah, so that being Xbox or Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
yeah, pretty much.
You can apply that to almost anything, any company of any tech of our time right now. Think about phones, Samsung and iPhone. Look at
Or Apple. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
and then look at like our
Well, there's Google.
our provide. Yeah, but they're trying to make it out there.
I mean, they're there.
Yeah,
But no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's always, the bigger known companies dominating that specific market.
It even goes to our like providers. We have AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, and Verizon.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean necessarily that an unknown or new company
Can start out.
can't
The only problem too is
Make
that
a
they
name
get
for itself.
the only problem with that is that they usually give up and no, I don't want to not
They're quitters?
not give up. That's the wrong word. They sell out because they get bought out by those companies. Look at Metro PCS. It started really like it was trash
they sold their company
to T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, or not
Oh,
completely maybe.
Like a couple years ago, like maybe 3-4 years ago, they
Really?
sold.
I recently saw this.
But
I
I
didn't
mean,
even know it was.
but
I remember when Metro PCS came out, and you would go from LA to Six Flags, and you would lose all signal. It was straight trash.
I wouldn't know.
And then, as the years went on, obviously they hella improved. But then once they got kind of big, where they're just like they weren't as much as a joke, they got bought out by T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Well, they only improved because they were piggybacking off of T-Mobile's network.
That too. But, if a company, a video game company or a console company was to blow up, eventually Xbox or PlayStation, like, here's a bunch of money. How much you want?
Oh, you think they're gonna want
Or
to buy them
Nintendo.
out?
Yeah.
They'll probably just buy them out to get them out of there, or not to be a competition. I guess.
Pretty
to them.
much.
I mean,
So
it's just
tough
because
right
it's hard. I mean, with
Yeah.
anything, like,
And if the money's right too,
yeah, I mean, I don't blame them, right? Shit, if I
Yeah.
started something and then a big Microsoft, whoever offers me millions to take it off my hands. I mean, the thing is, it depends. I mean, if
Yeah.
depending on what it is,
I was just
you
about
can
to say
you can also work out agreements too, where like you sell, but you still maintain some creative control.
Yeah.
like there are those kinds of
that. Like
agreements
some
too.
10% of the company still is yours or some shit. Like
Well, that, but also more importantly, like that just because they buy you doesn't mean that they get all.
that. Everything.
Like that they get all decision power.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
Like that you can
You still
be
want your
involved.
voice heard.
Right,
in
exactly,
decisions.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
'cause-
also
go
gotta
ahead.
be careful when you sell that too.
No, I mean, yeah,
'Cause
it's
you
a
never
lot
know
of,
what it
lot of
will
legal
become.
shit in that. Yeah.
Not I don't mean that. I mean because like when Netflix was starting up, I think they were trying to sell them, like they were offering Best Buy or someone
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I think they offered Blockbuster to buy them out.
for like a mil, or it was like
I don't remember the
it was
exact
dirt
number.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to what they are now.
But they declined. They didn't
Yes,
want it, and
they
then
were this service is never gonna.
it's not
pick
gonna
up.
hit. Yeah, it's not gonna take off or whatever. And
Same thing.
it was basically their demise.
Same thing. I think Google tried selling themselves out to, I think, Yahoo or something like that. Like Google tried selling,
I did not know about this.
like they tried selling the company and they declined that offer too. And look at them now.
So do you know what company is the company called that's developing this matte box?
They're called Slightly Mad Studios.
Lightly Mad Studios.
They
like
made
the name.
Pretty cool name.
What game did they
man.
make? Project Cars. Have you guys heard of it?
Project
Oh,
Cars.
Project Cars. Yeah,
It
they
sounds
made that game.
familiar.
They made that game, and it was on Windows, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Do you know about how much this matte box might cost? Because for 90 FPS and
How much it might cost? Like, yeah, they haven't really given details on how much it might cost, but it's supposed to come out in like the next 3.5 years.
I'm saying this because Xbox One came out at $500, right?
Yeah,
And then the Xbox One X came out the same
$500.
$500 as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then for what the specs that you were saying, what were they? 90 FPS and what
It
else?
says they're going for 90 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
It says 90 per eye and 180 FPS internally.
Do you know what resolution?
Resolution, it's supposed to be 4K.
4K. So see, with that being said, it has to be more than 500. Probably in the $700 range, $600 range. That's my opinion from how I know, like, how
Maybe,
much parts
but
cost and
also-
whatnot.
I would say also take into consideration that it's coming out in the next like 3 to 4 years. And
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So then, I guess in that time,
technology does get cheap. Yeah, so-
okay. I mean, so 3 to 4 years.
yeah,
That's what it says. I guess so that it might be around the $500 range then.
Yeah, and they're dubbing it the most powerful console. So I guess they're looking to top Microsoft on that.
Shouldn't Microsoft or Sony's next console be out within that time range as well?
I
I
think
was-
within the next year or two.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I think
next
they
year
might
too.
they might start announcing this year, maybe.
Oh, so sooner.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think they're not gonna announce anything. I think Microsoft already said that they're not announcing anything this year.
Oh,
I think the only thing they are gonna talk about is the Xbox One X, the one without the disk drive.
Okay.
okay.
I think that's what they're gonna unveil. But aside from that, I don't think they're talking about their next console.
Okay. Real quick, speaking of FPS, since you brought it up, so I swear I've read, and I don't know if you guys have, because I haven't seen videos yet to compare it, but I'm pretty sure, like, isn't it like above 60 or 70? You don't even notice a difference. So like, what is this drive for? Like,
It depends on the
these super
monitor,
high
or
phones?
it depends on the monitor you're using.
oh, okay. Maybe that's why I haven't noticed it on my shit. Then I don't know.
You can notice it.
Like 30 to 60, obviously.
30, 60, yes, it's
Yeah.
day and night.
Yeah, but I feel like
Anything
above that-
higher,
Leo
it's
disagrees.
anything higher. It is hard to notice, but like I said earlier, it depends on the monitor, because if you have your system running at about 80 frames and your monitor only supports 60, you're only going to get 60.
Yeah.
There's monitors that run up to, I believe, 144 hertz, maybe even higher than that as well. And then if the game is able to support that, then you'll be able to tell.
Okay.
And
I guess I'm always just a bit pain of like, because it seems like it's this, there's this drive for that with like, oh, new hardware, like it's going to be more expensive, all this stuff. And it's like, do I really want to shell out extra money for something I barely notice? Like, or I guess it's one of those things where once you do notice it, then yeah, like if you can't go back, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then you're like,
that's
fuck.
what I'm saying. That's the whole reason why I fucking left Destiny 2 on console to go on PC. It's way better, 60 frames per second or uncapped frame rate.
Yeah.
Kind of tired of dealing with games that are not 60 FPS.
Like it's fucking 2019, bro. Like you need to.
Well, what games have you played that aren't 60?
I mean, at least if your shit's
PUBG.
gonna be PUBG. All right, so at least at least if your shit's gonna be 30 FPS.
We all hate PUBG here except for Leo.
Fuck PUBG. So at least if your shit's gonna be 30 FPS, it should be locked at 30 FPS. Like it shouldn't dip like PUBG.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Cause in PUBG you could tell, even on the Xbox One X.
Frustrating. Like the fuck, I'm dealing with this shit.
That's what
I
I'm
really
saying.
just don't care. It bothers you guys so much. To me, I'm just playing the fucking game. I don't care, man.
But once
But it affects
I feel
your
like
gameplay. I feel like it affects your gameplay.
if someone's playing on a 60 frames per second game and you're playing on 30, fucking 30 frames or lower, he's a little bit higher. He's gonna see me before, or he's gonna be able to react before I could react. That's when FPS come into play.
Leo's reaction is, it's not happening to me, so it's not my problem.
You do you, basically.
But speaking about that, like we were talking about sales earlier, and that shit just reminded me.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
But it reminded me of this story that just happened to me. That's why.
Okay.
So I was coming back from TJ because that's where I spent New Year's at. Well, the celebration to New Year's. And on my way back, I was talking to one of my cousins, Squadl, and he loves UFC.
Squadl.
He loves it. He plays the game. He's really good at it.
Wasn't he like ranked or something in the world or some bullshit?
Did he be ranked 3K? Or
he was ranked 1 in the world on PlayStation for a while.
proof? Did he screenshot the leaderboards or?
Shit, I'll just get him to go back up there. He's really fucking good at that game.
He said if you want him up there, just tell him.
All right, well get him up there.
Didn't he get a PlayStation so he could play more people? Because
That was
there's more
exactly.
people on
Yeah, I was about to say
PlayStation
that.
than
He
on-
literally bought a PlayStation 4 just to play that game. He doesn't know anything about PlayStation exclusives, or at least I don't think so. He just bought the PlayStation. He only has one game for it, and it's UFC. Because on Xbox there's only like 3,000 players playing, and on PlayStation there was 8,000 or 10,000.
He played all 3,000 players on Xbox. Or
Not all of them play ranked.
Oh, I guess the scrubs.
So he's really into that game. I bought the Nintendo Switch and I bought Smash Brothers. And he was really confused. He was saying, "Why do you like it so much? It's trash." I'm like,
He was really confused.
Yeah, he was just like, "Why?
Is the game trash or is he
was
trash at
baffled.
the game?
He doesn't understand it. Like he doesn't get it.
Couldn't
Or, like,
connect.
It's not his thing. It's not his thing. So he was telling me that UFC was popular and it sold more games or more copies, and I was just like, "No, it did not.
There's
I can tell
no
you
way.
off that."
It helps him sleep at night, you know.
So no, and just to rub it in, I googled it. I couldn't find shit for UFC. I just found one article that said it sold like
No one cares.
300.
Yeah, so little they didn't even keep track.
It sold somewhere around 300,000 copies in the first week, and I googled Smash Brothers, and Smash Brothers.
Come on! You're gonna compare the sales of Smash Brothers
just
to UFC?
Just to prove it to him. He did not believe me because I told him a lot of people love Smash.
Yeah.
He's like,
A lot of people love to smash.
but he doesn't know. He doesn't know how big the community is. He doesn't know how big the community for Smash is.
Come on, look at Melee, bro. They still have tournaments.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know any. He
People
doesn't.
help Melee as like the best Smash game.
He doesn't know anything about that. So I had to educate him.
He's been living under a rock then, or
I guess so, dude.
Yeah.
Like
He sticks to
Next
certain
to Bryan.
games. He sticks to certain games, and
But even then, like I don't play it, and I know that's a fucking big thing.
Like I've never been into Smash like that.
Yeah.
I know these things.
Man, he doesn't like smashing.
Well, Smash in the first 11 days sold 3 million.
Well,
so-
see, there you go. You probably shut him up with that, didn't you?
He's
I
like,
did.
nah, bro, it's fake.
To continue this video game talk, you guys remember in the Halo 2 days back in the original
No.
Xbox?
What game is that?
What?
What game is that? What'd you say?
The Halo 2 days on
What
the
is it?
original Xbox.
Which one's that one?
So, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Well, did all you guys play Halo 2 multiplayer on
Yeah, I
Xbox
played
Live?
Halo 1 and Halo 3.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess three.
Bitch, I introduced you to
three
Halo
out
2
of the
multiplayer.
fucking what? 3 out of the 5 people here.
I introduced you to Halo 2 multiplayer.
Anyways,
The broke kids from South Central never experienced this.
do you
I played
guys
at other
remember
people's
when?
houses.
Do you guys remember when you would
True.
go up against the other team in the match, and when you were next to them, you could hear their voice?
Yeah.
You guys remember
Because
that?
when you'd kill them, be like, what the f?
And then they cut off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only when you'd kill them.
No,
I
well,
thought it was
sometimes
proximity.
sometimes yeah,
They-
there's a proximity.
Yeah, I remember specifically in Reach, there was definitely a proximity when it came.
I don't
to
remember
Like,
it in Reach.
yeah, I remember.
I
it in
remember
Reach.
each other.
Because I've heard stories
Remember
of people that played Halo 2 and stuff, and where there was proximity. So
Yeah,
they would see someone and they would crouch, and they'd just be like, since they were so close, they'll just
Like,
be
don't
asking,
kill me or whatever. Yeah.
Where are you
Don't
hiding,
kill
bitch? Like,
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, would you guys like that back or
Yes.
in like any multiplayer?
I would like it in every multiplayer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I would like it in every multiplayer.
But would you? So that means that you would have no more parties allowed, right?
The thing is, I feel like parties is what kind of killed that.
Yeah, for sure.
Parties killed game chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
generally.
parties
No one's
killed
in
it.
No
fucking
one
game
wants
chat
to-
because of parties now.
Yeah, no
No.
one talks.
Sorry, I guess then part of the question here is: would you say party chats should go away?
Party chat should no,
No.
because there are like in ranked games, you can't be in party chat. In some specific games, you can't.
Like what game?
I don't think they do that anymore.
yeah, what are you
unless you
talking-
can.
like, they
I
used
know
to.
I believe it's Overwatch in competitive mode. You can't be in a party.
Oh really?
Oh wait, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you can't be in a
You're
party.
right.
so like,
You have to be in game
so
chat.
search and destroy.
No.
But they haven't done that anymore. Not in this one. They don't.
I remember that was in Modern Warfare 2, right?
Yeah.
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 You had to
And-
get out of the party and
3-2.
And 3-2, right? I think.
no.
No.
I think we were in. I don't remember.
We
I
would
don't
be in
care.
parties.
I don't
No,
care.
we wouldn't.
Yeah, we
For
would.
Modern Warfare 3, how do you think we have all those videos of people talking shit?
Because we
We-
decided let's go to game chat.
We weren't. No,
We were in game chat to hear them.
That's
because that's the
why.
only.
They wouldn't allow us to play search and destroy with parties in Modern Warfare 3.
Leo's right, because otherwise we would be able to help each other out once we were dead. Help the person
don't
that's still
remember.
alive.
conflicted
I don't
on this.
remember.
No,
Yeah.
Leo's right. Leo's
We,
right.
we were not allowed.
I abstain.
There's
we
no
were not-
there's
they
no
were-
party chat available. in
There were-
Modern Warfare.
that one was, I think, the only one that was like, you cannot have party chat because of that reason.
Yeah.
Because if one of us died, we could just be helping out. The
Okay,
other
so
person.
see, yeah, in ranked and competitive play, you should go to team or to game chat, yeah. But I would like to at least have the option to hear their team. Well, man, because then
PUBG
they're in a party and then it's
PUBG
complicated, man.
PUBG on PC has proximity chat.
You could turn it on or off. See, so
Yeah.
that gives you, freedom to do what you want. So I guess, yeah, I want that freedom to be implemented in
but then if you give
other
them that
multiplayer
freedom,
games.
most of them probably won't use it. That's how no one uses game chat anymore. I feel most people won't use it.
Well, as I was saying, the only way you have this is if you remove party chats from games.
I don't think you need to remove it entirely.
No. I don't mean
No.
remove it like, oh, you can't be in party chats ever, but like it'll be like a Modern Warfare 2 where like it would tell you, oh, you have to switch to game chat.
Yeah.
There you go. I have an article from 2011 from Robert Bowling. Man, he's a favorite
Fucking
favorite
joke.
person.
no more.
Fuck you,
fight-
Last Stand. He said that's what he said.
Oh, is that
Fuck
what
you,
he
Last
said?
Stand, yeah.
The majority of Modern Warfare 3's modes will allow party chat. Bowling added that the game's search and destroy mode will still block the feature. Party chat was disabled in Modern Warfare 2 to encourage teamwork among users and combat cheating.
So it wasn't a thing in
It was not.
Modern Warfare 3.
It was not.
Okay.
So you were wrong.
So were you, Bits?
No,
That's
I
correct.
abstained. I didn't.
That's
I
I don't
didn't
remember.
that's
I
pretty
said
much
it.
being wrong.
Nah. I I have no opinion. Call me Manny. I didn't vote.
Pretty sure we had that
Hell no.
Why Manny? Why not Pedro?
Call me Manny or Pedro. Fuck.
But even worse, Shaggy's not even registered.
Wait,
Wait, are you
Shaggy.
registered to vote, Pedro?
Does it matter if you're not gonna vote?
True.
But with Shaggy, it was funny because that fool, the day of the election, of the midterm election, goes to try to register, and they were making it. They claimed to him that he couldn't register there, even though he should have been able to. But then they were saying, "Oh, you're gonna have to actually go to another facility that can do that." And he's like, "Oh, it's becoming this whole hassle. I don't think I can do this." And it's like, "Well, why'd you wait till the freaking last day?"
Wow.
And we had been telling him for weeks.
For
and
weeks.
I wouldn't even bother at that point.
Well, that's what he did. But we were just like, we'd been telling
had all
you,
this time.
No, but
That's
then he
why,
says, you know, guys, to register to vote is a very difficult process. Yeah, it's very difficult when you're doing it the day
The
of.
day.
Not even me.
Hey, do you guys think anyone likes beer the first time they try it?
No,
No.
I don't remember if I did. I don't
Because
think
I
I,
still
did
like-
really.
because I still don't like it.
I feel like I was okay with the lighter beers. Like I was still kind of like, this is weird and bitter. Like why would anyone?
I mean,
wanna
if you're
keep doing this?
Hispanic, you definitely had it as a kid. You know, at least a sip.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
but I'm saying once I was older, it was kind of just like a. But now they're definitely they're
So-
definitely beers I actually like enjoy.
You guys say it's
drinking.
an acquired taste?
I would
say
agree.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like coffee, like or black coffee. I like coffee, but I like creamer and sugar in it. I don't understand how people can just drink black
Straight
coffee.
up.
Black coffe's so
Yeah.
good, dude. You just
Oh,
haven't
see?
been drinking.
This
just
coming
haven't
from the
drank good
person
black
that doesn't
coffee.
like bacon.
Yeah, I like turkey bacon.
I don't get the connection.
That's not
Sure.
bacon.
Bacon.
It's not bacon.
I know.
But
Yeah.
no, going back to
It has the word bacon in it.
going back to Mexican or Latinos.
Racist,
Yeah, I know.
The
It's like
Hispanics, but okay.
Latinos, Hispanics, whatever.
Go ahead.
bro. No, you have to say Latinx.
Go ahead.
Latinx, Chicanos.
Chicanx.
Yeah, they only have what Modelos, Coronas, and
What
stuff
else?
like that.
They have quite a few beers, actually. We just don't get all of them here.
Well, I'm saying the ones that you usually see at parties.
Tecate, bro.
All of those,
Modelos.
most
Or
of
you
those
probably said
taste
that.
the same to me, and I don't like the taste. The only thing that was about them was
Piss water?
After a couple beers,
Piss Foster.
it tasted like nothing.
After a couple years, you said?
After a couple beers. Pedro can't hear for shit.
He doesn't
I
have
don't have a
headphones.
headset.
so-
I mean,
Triggered.
shit. You're gonna make me spill
But-
water on my fucking computer.
When you go to IPAs or stouts, the taste is always there. No matter how fucked up you get, to me the taste is always there.
Well, I mean, it's a lot different, right? I mean, they just don't
Yeah.
have high enough percentage for you. Is your problem?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, wait.
No, the lighter beers.
Oh, no, it's a taste, dude. It's not even percentage; it's a taste.
No, I know.
I like to taste my beer. That's why, like, Coronas after 3-4 beers, it doesn't taste like anything anymore.
But I can still appreciate a Corona here, though, like a nice
Yeah.
cold one. It's like
If
I don't know,
there's
it's good.
nothing in Vegas, they give you drinks if you're playing, gambling
For free, right?
for
Yeah.
free.
We still
So-
tip them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I always tip. But they don't give you IPAs or stuff like that. They'll give you like a Dos Equis or
Yeah.
Corona. So if I'm gambling and they're offering me free beer, I'm gonna take a Dos Equis. I'm not gonna say no. I'll still drink it. Not my preferred, but I'll drink it.
For some reason, between
I mean, it's
Corona
free.
and Dos Equis tastes better. I don't know, personally.
That's why
There's
hate
something about it, yeah.
I haven't had
Dos
those seconds in a while.
Equis.
The most interesting man in the world.
No,
they
they ruined it.
They don't do
with
it anymore, do they?
No,
They
they
changed
ruined it
it.
with this young guy trying
Yeah.
to target millennials, and it's not working.
It's
Cringe.
not working.
Some
How
corny
did, they get
shit.
rid of, how did they get rid of the other dude? Didn't they do this grand thing that he was
He went to
like-
Mars or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
bullshit.
he went to
Shit.
Mars. He got on a ship and went to Mars.
he beat Elon Musk there.
Yeah.
Fucking
Okay,
retarded.
Elon Musk believed it too. He was just like, what? Nah.
Would you guys rather be put on to new music or find new music for yourself?
Either or, to me, it doesn't matter. I'll find new music cool. If someone shows me something, awesome. I have no preference, actually. So
Okay. What do you guys think?
I like finding shit on my own.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't have a preference either. I'm like Leo.
Okay.
Like whether I discover it or somebody says, "Hey Henry, check out this track," it's like, "Oh, okay."
Mhm.
I like finding shit on my own.
Yeah.
But I also like when people will show me shit because it doesn't really happen. I don't like people usually show me shit. And I'm like, oh, I've already heard this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I've already
yeah.
heard it. And
Hey, have you heard of Ghostman?
nah,
Oh my god.
I'll check him out later.
Oh, good, sick.
Manny likes to find music because
Who's Manny?
Yeah, I like finding music.
likes to.
Sir cracking.
Well, what about you, Brian? Do you
He
like
wants to keep it in the underground. That's why.
do you like to be put on, or do you like finding it?
I like to be put on.
Can we cut it here?
Fucking break.
No,
Hey, cut the mic.
no, like I mean, the only thing for me is I feel it's at least up until recently it was very rare for me to find music. I guess
It's
like
rare
I definitely
for
have
you.
my. Well, but
To
well, I
find
was gonna say.
music?
Well, no, just because like
Hidden
I'll
under
just
a rock or
Have
something.
you heard of YouTube or
You
SoundCloud?
can't find me.
okay. Like, do you
Pandora.
guys literally sit there looking for new artists then? Like, because
No.
I need it.
I
Like,
used to. I used to. I'm not gonna lie.
So I don't.
Facts. Huh?
Yeah.
I never really did that. It was like, I mean, my music growing up was primarily driven by
Henry?
By Henry.
What about your brother? So you were put
yeah.
on to new music or to music in general by your brother.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Versus find on my own, but I guess that what has helped now, I guess like things like Spotify or like Pandora, because then like, you can go to. Because you can go to like their Discover Weekly or whatever bullshit, and it'll be like random artists. The only thing like I feel like most of the time what happened to me is I'll listen to one track, and then I get too lazy
give
to
up
then
on
try
it.
to discover. No, not give up on it, but I
Oh.
get too lazy to then try to find maybe others for that artist. It'll just be that one track. Like if you go through my like my Spotify library, you can tell it's just different phases of different genres of music that I like got into at like different
Yeah.
points in time.
Yeah.
But
So the most recent one is Ghostman, I'm assuming.
Oh my god.
it was no. What is it now? I think
Adele.
now it might be no. I think right now it's a Muse album. I think is the most recent thing I added. That was good. Because I
So then, from what I got from that was that you like to be put on new music.
Sure.
You prefer it
Sure.
than actually looking it up.
You know what? There is some more validity with someone telling you, "Hey, check out this track," because you already know or you have an idea of what kind of music they
Your
like.
taste.
Yeah.
You're right. So, in a way, you almost figure, well, they're probably not going to steer me wrong. So there's a good chance I'm actually going to like this song.
Yeah, you're gonna have the same taste as them. Yeah, I get that. Me personally, I prefer looking for the music, but I definitely like people introducing me to new shit. But it's more meaningful to me if I find it on my own.
So
Yeah.
my question to you is: have you ever met anybody that hated being put on to music, or thought it was wrong?
Not necessarily, but just by reading like comments on Instagram posts or whatever, they post someone, and then they're always like, "Who?" Or
Yeah.
like,
That's me.
who is this person?
Yeah.
And then others are like, "Oh yeah, how have you not heard about this person?" Or blah blah blah. But everyone at some point was the person saying who or whatever,
Yeah.
But yet, if you find out about them late or just like recently, then you're just looked down upon. Oh, you're just riding the bandwagon or whatever.
I feel like people who comment and say that specifically, like who, I feel like those people are trying to discredit whatever you're posting or whatever, because
Yeah.
they don't know about it.
Uh-huh.
And it just means that the way I see it is they're being narrow-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to discredit this person because you haven't heard of him,
Mm-hmm.
despite ever giving their music a chance.
Yeah.
So to me, that it's just ignorant to
Yeah. Like,
to say.
if I don't know that person that they're posting whatever, I'm probably gonna look them up, and that's them putting me on to that specific person. But others like just see it as like who or how do you not know about this person already, So they're looking down upon you or whatever because you don't know that person.
Yeah.
But
So
then they're kind of looking for it though if they're over there commenting like who.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's funny when like I don't
Pedro
recognize
does it.
somebody and then like you just go to the comment section and the first top comment, who? Come on,
Speaking of then music, so what do you guys think about that? Like, so I haven't watched it, but I saw how there was this documentary on R. Kelly that released, I guess. It was like a
Oh
Lifetime
yeah,
documentary.
yeah.
I've been hearing
And,
about it a lot.
people are
Yeah.
talking about that shit, about how like, how can you support an artist who like does all this bullshit, or like
Mhm.
how is he not behind bars? And
Mhm.
it's just like, for real, how is he not behind bars? Like
People are still crazy over him.
So
It's-
someone had asked that, like, why are other artists so afraid to talk about R. Kelly? And then someone replied, because they're afraid R. Kelly's gonna say something about them. You know? So, like,
Okay, I mean that kind of makes sense.
maybe, and
There was
it could be.
quite a few people that denied to be interviewed for that documentary series. What was it? It was a series,
I
right?
think it was just a movie.
It was just a
It
movie.
was just a movie. Yeah.
Does he have that
Documentary.
much pull in the music industry?
I wouldn't think so.
Does he
No,
wouldn't either.
I think what Manny means is like,
Probably
that-
has dirt on others.
yeah,
That what?
has
probably-
dirt on other people.
Like, he probably has dirt on others. So
Like if they say shit,
like, if-
he's gonna be like, "All right, I see you." I'm gonna say,
Okay.
But
Oh,
the
that
thing,
makes sense, because if I was an artist and I wouldn't give a shit what R. Kelly says about me.
oh yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I
What
think
if he has
meant
dirt
more,
on
yeah,
you?
Yeah.
Well,
I meant
that's
with
why it
that.
makes sense now
You
that
know,
you said
like,
about
yeah.
dirt. Because it was just like, if you didn't know anything about me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's just publicity to me.
But it's not even. I mean, I guess that is part of it. But like
Yeah.
honestly, there's just. It seems like there's evidence out there. It shouldn't even be a question of other artists needing to say shit. It should just be
Yeah.
like, yo, literally, like he like, did this shit. He should go to jail over it.
So what has he done? The last thing I ever heard about him was when he pissed on that underage girl or whatever.
That was a while back. No,
Yeah.
the new
Yeah.
thing was supposedly that he like kept girls with him against their will or something like that.
Kidnapping.
Something along those lines. I don't think he got charged for it, but what I've been hearing is definitely some crazy shit and apparently nasty stuff.
Yeah. It's just crazy to me how much being a celebrity just keeps you
Safe.
safe and isolated from shit. I mean, you had fucking what's his name? Chris Brown just beat up the shit out of Rihanna a couple years ago, and
Mhm.
like, don't give a shit. He's still like making music and is still super popular. Like, he went to jail for what, like a year or something, whatever that was. Like,
Yeah.
if that.
But funny you mentioned that. He was a celebrity. He did something wrong. He still went to jail for a year, but white privilege overpowers celebrity privilege. Brock Turner got, what, 3 months?
He was sentenced for 6.
6
but got out on
months.
Got 3.
Yeah.
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 Um,
Well,
And the thing about Chris Brown, I don't fuck with his music. I don't give a shit about
You
him.
don't think it's hard?
So the thing too, he did that what? How long ago? Like 8 years?
it
was a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back. Probably. the
Wait,
series.
what you asked? I'm sorry.
I think it was 2008 or 2009.
What's over?
When that whole Rihanna thing happened?
Yeah.
The only thing
I don't remember.
I've seen his fans argue too, and it is kind of true. I'll agree with them. Is it's been 10 years. You don't think as a person he can grow and not fall into that pattern again?
No, that's true. That's fair. And that's why, for shit like
People are always gonna remember your bad moments, to be honest.
yeah, no, there is that. But I see what Leo's saying. But hasn't he? I mean, I guess I can't remember the specific instance, but I feel like I've heard of other dumb shit he's been doing even since then. Like
No.
Recently,
so-
too.
yeah.
No idea.
So that like. I would agree with you if not for the fact that he's done other things that seem to suggest otherwise.
That's fair.
But to go back to your point though, that's like when the whole James Gunn thing with his the director from Guardians. We just talked about how that's not funny.
No, but I don't know
No,
who he is.
Pedro said it was funny. He said it was hilarious.
I said it was funny, but it's fucked up at the same time.
I don't know who that is.
No,
We're
I was-
just trolling, man.
Nah, I was
He's
like-
trolling. Leo, no.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Look at this. No. For those who can't see, his face is confused as fuck. No, so he's a director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, okay.
Remember he had all those tweets.
Oh,
that, yeah,
right.
So with that, perfect example
Who?
of where it should have been what you were
Mike
saying.
Jones,
where it's like, shut the fuck up. Where his tweets were from so long ago. It's like,
10 years
has
ago
he
or
not
something.
obviously changed as a person? Does he still make those kinds of tweets? But Disney, being the company that they are and worried about public image, like, now we have to let you go.
They were about public image. God damn it, man.
But yeah, that's some. It's like you can never escape anything. Now what? Now
who
it's
takes,
like
I want to know who the fuck takes their time of the day to look up old tweets.
well, suppose
Petty ass fucking people.
So supposedly that time it was because it was like some conservatives supposedly, right?
That's
Who, like,
correct.
Oh
dug into his
yeah,
shit. Yeah.
let's fucking
As
snitch.
revenge, yeah.
And it's funny, Disney gave him the axe because of those tweets when, I mean, they have a racist ass movie in their vault that they made.
Yeah. Well, then the
It's in
argument
their
is,
vault
oh, well,
for a
that's in
reason.
the past. It's like, so are his
Exactly.
tweets. It's like,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's in their vault for a reason.
That doesn't change the fact that it was made and shown.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think people should be given another chance? Like, brown shit and you beat your fucking girl's ass?
I think
some crisp.
I think it depends on what you did exactly. I mean,
She got fucked up.
Severity.
Did you see
No,
the picture?
I know.
Oh yes, it was
Did
bad.
you guys see the
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah, she
Of
had
her
three
face?
horns on her forehead.
Jesus Christ.
Or what do they call them now? Or knots or whatever?
Knots. Yes.
That's
Nuts.
yeah. I was completely that face you have right now. That's the same face I had when I heard that. Like what in Spanish, chipotes. They're called knots.
Really?
Chipotle. Bryan's hungry now.
Chipotle.
Yeah. Me cola.
This podcast is not sponsored by Chipotle, but
Fuck Chipotle.
you know,
That shit's good, man.
That's-
Y'all
yeah,
hate it.
yeah, it's
Y'all
good.
I don't
hate
I
fuck
eat
with
it.
fake ass Mexican food.
So you don't like Taco Bell?
Huh?
You don't like Taco Bell?
Nah, I fuck with Taco Bell.
Pollo Loco.
Now, to answer Manny's question, it depends on the severity of what the person did.
What
Yeah.
the person did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and their actions afterwards.
Yeah,
too.
they have to
It's
show
like,
some
you
sort
know,
of remorse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Like-
did?
I mean, you brought up Chris Brown as an example, and just July of this year, he was arrested for felony assault in Florida.
Oh,
There
no,
you
fuck
go.
that guy.
So it's like,
He never learned.
yeah.
What did
It's like-
Tookie Williams go to
You never
death
know.
row for?
Wait, what?
Tookie Williams?
Who?
E. Williams?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. For being a crip?
You know what? It was murder. It probably was murder. So one of the
Sure it was
founders
murder.
of the Crips, he was sentenced to death row, and he was in death row for decades. And in his time in prison, he actually changed. He wrote children's books. He advocated, I think, against gangs and everything. So when his time was coming up to be executed, there was a big rally behind getting him at least off death penalty, and maybe just in general prison.
Yeah.
But because his actions, he committed murder. I think he killed not just one person. I think he killed multiple people in one house, like maybe 2 or 3. But that's when he was a Crip and he was young. He spent a shit ton of time in prison, wrote children's books, advocated everything. He turned his life around, but
But he was still
he was still killed.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still executed him.
2005.
See, where I'll
Yeah.
admit, for me, there's like a dilemma is like, ideally, I would say, like if you can remove yourself from a situation that's like, yeah, like you should give people a chance to
second chance.
redeem themselves and become a new person.
Redemption.
But it's like,
Red
I
Dead
could,
Redemption.
I knew that was coming too.
Hey,
but like, if like, let's say like
Horny.
let's say he killed like your entire family, like when he was doing his killings, like it wasn't even like an intentional thing, like it was just wrong place, wrong time, whole family got fucked. Like if I were the remaining guy, I would want him dead. Like
Yeah.
it's
Someone's always
I don't care
gonna-
about him redeeming himself later. It's like, I don't know,
it's
Yeah,
always gonna affect like people or different people like in different ways.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if you're the one involved.
I personally wouldn't be able to compare a beating to a murder.
Oh no,
You know?
sure, yeah.
That's why it goes back to the severity of the
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why I brought up Tookie Williams.
No, I know, yeah.
Would you guys take
no,
age into consideration?
What do you mean?
Like,
No.
for example, let's say XXXTentacion. He had like multiple
Rip.
charges
Oh yeah.
against him for assault mainly,
Yeah.
for beating up
His ex-girlfriend.
his ex-girlfriend.
Allegedly,
Allegedly.
I'm pretty
but it's alleged.
Yeah, did you hear the tapes that what was it? Planes and
him saying
pigeons?
like that he did it. Or
that he
whatever.
did it and he stabbed some guy or whatever. Did you hear that?
I think when he was in prison he might have stabbed someone. I'm not sure.
Well,
But-
supposedly from what I remember from the tapes is him admitting to something in Florida that they're looking for him because he stabbed somebody, and then that his ex-girlfriend, she's scared of him because of like what he did to her supposedly and shit. So, you know,
guys, all right, how to explain it? I feel like him being killed, a lot of people were very happy about it.
Yeah, I definitely
because
know that.
like they were happy that
he got what is deserved. Supposedly,
he got
that's what their argument was.
Because like he did all this shit, and my argument against that was like that's not what he deserved. Because how old was he? 19, 20? He was 20 years old when he died, so he had his whole life ahead of him.
Yeah,
obviously he wasn't grown.
And he was still expecting
everyone
trial,
makes mistakes
right?
too. I mean, but
like
those
he still had to go to court. Like he still had to be.
Yeah, he was still facing that.
Yeah, he had a court date coming up, like before he died or whatever.
And all that shit got dropped afterwards.
The way I see it, I think the right way to go about that was because I definitely didn't support him after hearing all that shit. Like I stopped listening to his music and all that shit because I don't like. Being me, I can't fuck with shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you're doing shit like that, like why should I support you?
Yeah.
You know. But when he died, when he was killed, I didn't know how to react. I was like, should I be happy about this, or should I? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
Yeah.
And it took me a while to reflect on it, and at the end, I came to the conclusion that no, it wasn't correct. Like it wasn't right for him, like have his life taken because
go out like that. Yeah.
He wasn't given a chance to repent and like prove that he can change.
Yeah.
Well, from the looks of it, he was too.
Yeah, because he was doing like a shitload of charities.
Yeah.
And like all this shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was right for him.
No, yeah, definitely not.
Or for anyone to say, like that he deserved that or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember the day he got murdered.
What day was it?
June 17th.
I don't know that.
Or was it the day after? June 18th.
I thought you said you remembered.
One of those 2 days. Anyways, I remember I don't remember the date. Shit, man.
You said you remember the day.
Not the date, the number. I remember the day. There's a difference. Anyways, I was just looking on my phone and I saw the news and I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. You said that you didn't know how to react.
Yeah, I was just like...
For me, I mean, I did feel some type of way, like I was kind of down at first because sure, there were these charges against him, but how Jimmy said earlier, it depends on the severity of the crime and stuff like that. If he killed somebody, then I'm probably not gonna fuck with his shit. But I did feel kind of down when I saw the news that that he'd been shot and most likely dead at the scene.
I also remember that day. I don't think I was that down though. Like I listened to his music, and the only thing that happened to me was I listened to his music, but I didn't fuck with him where I was actively looking if he dropped new shit or what the fuck he was doing. I just knew who he was. The only thing that got me down was that he was so fucking young.
Yeah, man.
He was 20 years old, and he got his life snatched away from him. That's what hit me, because I'm not that much older than my 30s, but then someone that's 20.
No, yeah,
they're just starting. They're just starting out.
They're just starting out, and he did some mistakes, allegedly. But
and
I mean,
he is human at the end. Like, he doesn't make mistakes, Like another thing is we don't know his upbringing, and from the interviews that I've watched from him, it sounds like he had a pretty tough upbringing. Yeah.
And
if you don't have like a stable home, shit like that, I don't know. Your life's gonna be kind of fucked in one way or another.
So I've talked about this with other people too, and I mean, thankfully I'll say I didn't have like a rough childhood, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always had, I guess, issues with. I feel like people sometimes like use their upbringing as an excuse for their actions later.
Okay.
And it's like if he did have a rough upbringing, like I feel like that doesn't justify him allegedly, whatever you want to say, beating up his girlfriend though, right? Like
it doesn't justify
it. It doesn't justify it, but at the same time, it's like I can't really blame you. Because I can't say I would have done any better or any different because I'm not in your exact position. It's just very easy for someone else to say, oh, like if your life was fucked up, why aren't you changing it? You know? So
It's not as easy as it sounds, basically.
No, I get that. I guess my thing is like it. To me, that would be like then the majority of people who have fucked up childhoods end up being assholes later, which is
think-
not
The
true.
chances are definitely higher.
Chances are higher, but it's not like a
I
given, or it's not a guarantee. I
I
guess
think
is what I'm
Bryan gets pissed off, and correct me if I'm wrong, at the people that actively bring up their past as an excuse.
saying. Sure. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
X brought up his past as an excuse. He explained his past, and that's why we can see maybe why he fell in the pits that he fell.
Oh, sure.
But
No,
you're
no,
talking.
yeah.
I think you're talking about people that
Bring it up as like the
the
I am the
excuse.
way I am because of this. It's like
Yes, I get why you would be
when
pissed
it's
at
blatantly obvious that it's not true, or they're just using that.
They're just
as an
using
excuse.
no, it's more like
Yeah.
using it as an excuse.
excuse,
Like everyone, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of anything, I would hope should try to be a better person. It's like I exactly what Leo said. I don't like when people like use their past as an excuse for like them being assholes or
Yeah.
having assholish actions
Yeah.
later. You know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's one thing I read, and like to people that use their past as an excuse. How did it go? It was somewhere along the lines of try to become the person who you wish was there when you were younger.
Okay.
So that resonated in my mind, where it's like I should try to be the person that I wish was there when I was growing up. So
Right.
maybe I can help someone else.
Yeah.
Instead of if I had a rough upbringing, and I would try to use that to better myself instead of like doing stupid shit and then but I had a bad upbringing, so I should be excused. Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
do you guys think people can be biased towards, say, judging someone? Like, let's say, like XXXTentacion. You think people can be biased just because they don't listen to his music, or because they do listen to his music?
I would say yes.
Yeah,
Right. I feel like
yeah.
people who listen to his music would probably defend him more than people who don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
would think.
definitely.
Yeah, right. I mean, for me, like I'll say for my, like I was just neither happy nor like sad about it because I didn't know him. I was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that sucks for him. But I mean,
Yeah, I think people can be hypocritical, like when it comes to shit like that.
Always, man. Always.
Because I'm sure people who were saying, "Oh, X deserved to die," I'm sure some of those people are like, let's say, who can I use an example who had like shit against them? Let's say Michael Jackson. He had all these accusations against him for being like a child molester and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I could easily see someone who is a Michael Jackson fan saying, "Oh, X deserved this shit because he did X, Y, and Z." But yeah, they still listen to Michael Jackson, an alleged like fucking pedophile, you know?
Yep.
So I don't know.
That's the thing I noticed that day, and what pissed me off about Twitter. Twitter is such a fucking weird place.
You still use Twitter, dude?
Bro.
I don't use that shit.
Twitter is popping.
here's where it's at.
Just because you don't use it, fuck out of here.
bro.
I use Twitter because it's completely uncensored. You can put whatever the fuck you
Fucking-
want. I mean,
it's-
not completely,
it's still
but
100
it's
Haven't you been banned like 5 times?
Yeah.
It's still 140 characters, isn't it?
200.
Oh, it's not.
Oh no! See, that's how
240
fucking
something.
I don't use that shit, man.
Okay, exactly.
Fuck
So,
that shit.
but the only thing that I noticed, and I mean, the people that do
You
use
sleep.
it, yeah. The thing that sucked about that day is that Twitter at times could be like, and I think I tweeted about this. You can find so much support when you're going through some shit, but then at the same time, it can become one of the most toxic fucking platforms.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It's the internet.
It's anywhere. Yeah.
No, but I feel like Twitter, like the people on Twitter, sometimes take it
You can
to.
find that on Reddit.
Reddit. I was about to say
Twitter,
thank you. I was just about to say that. Anywhere, it's the internet. If anything, the trolls outweigh the people that are actually gonna care about you.
yeah,
So
definitely.
there's people posting jokingly or not, 100 likes and I'll kill myself or some bullshit like that, right?
So-
And then you get replies, do it. Like, are you serious?
So, like, since I don't use Reddit, and you guys don't use Twitter, shit, I lost it. I was listening to you guys and I fucking lost it. Fuck.
I felt like it was gonna be a good one. Pause.
While he gets it back, it reminded me of this thing where
I got it.
you guys don't.
Oh, let him go. Let him
All
go.
right, go.
Before he loses it.
How flat on
So-
his mind?
Now Brian's
Do
gonna
people
lose
on do people on Reddit jump on some information so fast and just spread it? Because Twitter, I feel does that.
Yeah, it's
So
called
Reddit-
it's called the Donald.
If anything,
Donald.
I'd say the internet in general is
That's
like
the
super
internet.
quick to hop
No,
on shit.
So as a perfect example of it, so you guys remember
the Donald.
the Boston Marathon bombing, right?
Yeah.
A
Yes.
couple years back. So
Yeah.
Reddit as a whole got very went detective mode on it, and so we're like a shit ton of people were like watching the streams, like trying to figure out who they were, and so they supposedly were like, oh, we got them, these are the people, and it ended up being completely wrong. And I think what they got raided by the police's family or something, like they went through some shit, and it was just because they were like, no, it's definitely them, and they were completely wrong, and it ended up wasting police resources and time and everything too.
The same
That
thing happened with X.
The same
Yeah,
thing
the
happened
same
with
thing
X.
happened with X.
Supposedly there was reports of a masked man that killed him
A rapper.
with a red mask or something like that, and then he had just posted that he was like 7 blocks down from where X died because he was at a fast food place. So he took a picture of the food and he had a gun on him, right? So then what they did is they saw where he was eating at, and they saw where X died. They saw that it was kind of close, and then also on another post that he had a red mask with him. So everyone was like, "Oh, this is the guy. This is the
has to
guy.
be the
This
guy.
was
This
him.
has to
This was
be."
him."
And
Until
it's not.
he had to fucking release a statement and say, "Hey, you guys know what? I mean, I like something along the lines of I fucked with him, but it wasn't me. You know, I didn't do anything." But everyone was so quick to judge that, oh, it was him, and then it turns out, you know, it wasn't.
Mob mentality, man.
It's a fucking dangerous thing.
So on a lighter note,
Nah,
Twitter's lit.
wait,
Twitter's
wait,
lit.
real quick before we leave the Twitter topic, the thing I was gonna say
the
was
twatter.
Twatter. Yeah. So you guys know Ricky Gervais too, right? The British comedian.
Who?
Who?
I don't know.
mean,
who that is.
so we cannot
Recycle.
ask
Literally
someone
who?
is.
No, but this fool's being obnoxious about it when he did it right now.
Who?
No, I'm dead ass. I don't know.
He was on the UK Office show. He's the one who played Michael.
Oh God, no! I would not know who that is.
Well, okay, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
I know who you're talking about.
Doesn't matter.
I
Point
know who you're
is,
talking about. I know.
point is, he's like
So
a
not who.
I don't watch
he's a
that.
Not who.
he's a famous like British comedian, and I forgot. It was a couple years back, I think. But he was like on Twitter. He was like, if no one retweets this in the next hour, I will donate like $50,000 or something to like this children's hospital. Right?
If no one?
If no one retweets it. If no one retweets this within the next hour, like for the next hour, I will give $50,000. Immediately, people started retweeting that shit.
I'm telling you, fucking trolls. Dude.
Exactly. No, but I know.
He knew what he was doing. He knew there was gonna get retweets.
I know, but it's just like it's crazy to see that as just like a
Couldn't
as a
fucking
society
wait
as
an
a whole.
hour?
Like no one, everyone's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna fuck with it and just retweet it.
I would have done it.
Exactly. So
I would
it's
have
like-
done it.
But I guarantee you though that there was probably some users. Some of them just don't know how things work. So I'm sure they saw
Accidentally
that tweet,
clicked
not accidentally, but in their mind they said, "Wow, this is great that he's doing this." So I'm gonna retweet
Oh.
it.
I see
my
what you're
God.
saying.
a bunch of 6-year-olds and don't know how to use.
I would have retweeted.
But they shouldn't be on Twitter if they're 6 years old.
And I think if that would have stopped him from donating, then
He really didn't want to donate.
yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
You know?
Like I said, he knew what
Fuck.
he was doing.
You're gonna allow trolls to stop you from donating? Really?
So, for those of you that don't have a Apple
Twitter.
Watch,
I don't have
an Apple Watch or AirPods,
I don't have one either.
Sorry,
or
I'm not a
AirPods.
douche.
Okay. If you guys could get one or the
No.
other, which one would you get?
Watch.
Watch?
With the watch or AirPods.
Yeah.
What you're asking me between Bluetooth earphones or an Apple Watch?
Yeah.
That
Someone
was-
answered,
I
you
did
know?
yeah, I did.
Someone
answer,
answered
but the way
already.
he phrased that, I think I already know which one he would pick. Anyways.
I know, but
Yeah.
Brian's a fucking idiot, but I still want to know what he thinks. So,
I mean, okay, you're comparing.
So, can you
earbuds
just fucking
to
answer, or-
Apple Watch?
you want an Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
Oh,
you
never
had
mind.
to
I
have
guess
to
wrong.
between the two.
I know. I thought you're
Yeah, I
referring
thought
to
you
the
were with
AirPods.
AirPods. Yeah,
What would you want? What would you get?
AirPods.
Damn. I don't know, honestly. let me get back to you.
All right, Henry.
Well, I already
Or
have a
Jimmy.
watch.
So okay,
Oh,
but
okay.
let's say you didn't.
Let's say I didn't. I would say the watch right
Jimmy.
away just because it's more
Convenient.
It's more useful. It's
More
convenient. Yeah. It's. I mean, AirPods is just to listen to music, maybe make some calls, but the watch, you check your notifications.
And you can make phone calls with it.
And make phone calls with it.
You know what? I'll go with the watch.
You go with the watch.
That,
I'm surprised. To be honest,
That's
I'm
more
surprised.
why I made that comment, because it's like you asking me, do you want AirPods or do you want?
But
an
the
iPhone?
weight, for some reason, I mean, I wasn't the only one over here.
I thought you.
He was gonna say AirPods, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say AirPods.
You brought up the whole Bluetooth and
yeah, fucking over here gassing it and
No,
shit.
No, I was just saying like.
Did you guys
like,
get that, or did you guys know right away he was on my watch? No. Yes.
No.
Kind of hard to say.
I thought fucking
Okay.
AirPods.
This is Brian's fault. You could have
It is.
worded it
There's
better.
always
No,
Brian's
but it's
fault.
exactly 100. There's so much more you could do with the Apple Watch. Why would I pick the AirPods? over
Okay,
that?
well, I mean,
I guess would you?
Since I have both.
Oh shit!
Not flexing.
like you
I don't
said,
mean to
what if you
flex.
didn't?
Balling.
Rear flex, but okay.
For real.
It's actually tougher than that. Though.
So why is it
To
tough
be
for you?
honest. Because fucking.
What's so great about the
I love
AirPods?
both, to be honest. AirPods. I mean, they're wireless, dude. I love them for the fucking gym. They're great.
$20, amazing headphones right here.
And they're waterproof.
Well, mine's were a
And so
present,
free.
so technically free. So
No, but I'm just saying in terms of like I don't
both
know,
actually.
I'm
No
just,
flex then.
In
For
my
presents.
my opinion, it just seems very weird to compare those two products to pick between.
I don't think so because
Yeah.
they're both kind of pricey. You know?
They are, but one is drastically more pricey than the other.
Not drastically.
How much is an Apple Watch?
This one, if anything, was for 200.
How much
There
are
you
the
go.
AirPods?
150.
Yeah.
150.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind. I did not realize how expensive those things were.
They're
Who the
expensive.
I'm
fuck?
talking to the person that's living under a rock. Okay,
Yeah.
so
He didn't even know the Xbox Elite controller.
oh
It was a
yeah,
thing.
fucking 2 years later. Jesus Christ! No, not 2 years, like 3 years later.
Yeah,
man.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Man.
I can't blame him. He was fucking
But,
busy at Stanford.
yeah,
Oh, hold on.
They
Solid
both have
solid
their
equations.
pros and cons.
The AirPods are $150.
Yeah. they're
and people
$150
buy them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and they're sold out right now, I believe.
I fucking hate society.
The only
So
thing,
much.
the only thing that
God damn it.
I'm not saying that this excuses their price, but someone did a video on Twitter that I was like, okay, because I assume since they're wireless, I was one of those people that was thinking, oh, they're probably easy as fuck that they'll fall out your ear, but someone bought them, and they recorded themselves, they put them on, and they're shaking their head violently to get them off, and he put, if these come off, I'm returning them. And then he tweeted again, Apple, I guess you get to keep my money.
Well, they have dropped on me,
Oh, really?
but I feel it's because
You're
everything I'm
idiot.
sweating.
You got rocked?
I got rocked. No, they're not. I guess for a lack of better words, sweat resistant.
Okay.
Because I'm
These
doing,
are.
as
Yeah,
I'm
they have no
Can
IP.
you buy the
Visa.
little? Can you buy the little thing?
yeah, there
Little
are
fuzzies?
like accessories to it, like putting a little rubber thing to
Are
it.
there
Yeah.
dongles?
Huh?
Are there dongles?
I don't know what that is. That sounds wrong too. Pause,
did.
bro. Dongles.
I'm with you on that, man. I'm like dongles. What the fuck are you talking about?
God.
Dingleberry?
You say I live under a rock? The whole shit. that-
Hold on. Just,
Henry
who
knows
knows
what I mean by
are?
dongles.
Who
Henry knows what I
are?
mean by dongles.
Do you know
Just
what dongles
Henry.
are?
No.
Do you know what dongles are?
Nope.
I don't know what dongles are.
Who's
The
that?
Majority.
Who?
So,
You know,
what are dongles?
Or maybe we do know. We just don't know the
Adapters.
fucking name of it.
Literally, that's
You
all
could-
they were called when they came
Relax,
out.
relax,
The adapters.
Why are you
when,
triggered?
when they
Fucking
remove
triggered.
when they remove the headphone jack? Now it's like, oh, you can't have.
Oh, you know
can't-
why I don't know about that? Because I don't have that fucking phone. I have a phone that has a head jack. So why
Motherfucker,
not-
I didn't either until 2 weeks ago, and I knew all about it.
You're probably an Apple fanboy.
Oh, you're talking
I'm
about
not.
that
What
stupid
the fuck?
fucking adapter shit? For, like, to
They've
connect-
always been called dongles. Yes.
Well, I don't know about it because I still have a fucking 6S. I mean, and besides the fucking Apple AirPods, you know, they're wireless. So
I'm gonna know about something I don't fucking
you
care or need.
You need an accessory for your accessory.
I didn't care about the fucking Xbox Elite, but it was this huge thing that I didn't know about it either.
It was. It is.
Yeah, it was.
Cause what? Cause why?
You play Xbox on the daily. Well, see, but I give you a motherfucking excuse. I gave you an excuse on why you didn't know about it.
Then why are you getting triggered about it right now
What the
against
fuck
me?
is going on, man?
What are you talking about?
Where are
Or
we
why are
going
you all
with
like
this?
claiming against it to me that I didn't know about it?
No, I just brought it up. I just brought up that something you didn't know about. but I at the same time gave you a reason why you probably didn't fucking know about it.
Which was what?
You're fucking busy at Stanford, bitch.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So I think I would get AirPods instead, maybe.
Yeah.
Instead of Apple.
And a dongle while
Why?
you're at it.
Why?
I see myself using the AirPods more than my watch, to be honest.
But you can just use regular earpods just as much.
Regular headphones, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Earpods, whatever.
they're wireless, and the whole thing why I prefer them over like regular wired headphones is because when I was working out one time, it fucking got into like the little slit of the seat or something, and as I was getting up, that whole shit yanked me and fucking ripped the whole cable.
How did you have your earphones put on?
They were actually like the ones that you have, the Beats, but they weren't Beats. They were just some off-brand $20 wireless earphones. So they were over my neck, and I don't know, it somehow got stuck in between the fucking seat or something. And as I'm getting up, it gets pulled, and it just completely rips.
Wanna buy? Well, how much do you just use those AirPods for when you're working out or something?
Yeah, and at work to listen to podcasts. Add one at a time too. So I just have one.
Okay, never mind. Because I was just saying,
I was like
at that point, why
fucking
not just
douche,
buy
but
like a Sony headset that's Bluetooth for less money? But if you can't be low key at work with a fucking headset.
well, yeah, I know.
Or if they don't care, then
I mean,
you can get it for cheaper.
They just ask you not to wear two headphones at once.
Oh, you could just have one.
Yeah, I literally have one on the whole time.
Yeah, why not just buy a fucking Sony headphones
Well,
for cheaper?
Like I said, these were a present.
Well, true.
But yeah, all right. So then, you guys want to watch? You guys?
Yeah, I'll go watch.
I'm
I'll
the only
go
one with the
watch.
AirPods then.
I
want a
feel like
dongle.
Apple Watches are kind of one of a kind, as opposed to like I could easily buy some other wireless Bluetooth earphones.
I mean, I do use the watch while I'm listening to music. Actually, that's how I skip.
That's how you control it.
Yeah. So I guess I would miss that.
The reason I love the watch is
Yeah.
Otherwise, without the watch, you have to tell Siri to change the track.
Nope.
You can't do it any other way. Not with the AirPods.
Or just get the phone out, but
Yeah. So that's where I was going with
Lazy
with the watch. I'll get a message and I'll read it on my watch, and if it's that will let me know. Do I have to reach for my phone and actually answer this, or can I just leave it for later?
First world problems.
And just laugh at
True.
it.
yeah, you're right. Okay. Maybe I would rather prefer a watch. I don't know. Fuck it, I have both. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to fucking.
I don't have to think about this shit.
Yeah.
Jay's like, smells like broken here. Have you guys seen that meme? And it's like two buff ass arms, like two like people going like this.
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
Switch
And
and
it's,
AirPods.
it's
Predator.
Nintendo Switch owners, AirPod owners, and then in the middle it says smells like broken here.
Oh yeah. I know what you're
That shit had me dead. I'm like, man, I don't have either. Why the fuck am I laughing at?
I could attest to that. Jay got the AirPods. I bought myself a Switch. I'm just like, fuck.
Now you're a douche.
And still doesn't have a fucking mic, but has a Switch, so fuck it.
The Switch is
Let's see.
forever. I'm not too sure. 24-hour clock or 12-hour clock?
24-hour.
What do you guys prefer?
I prefer 12 hours.
24-hour. It's cleaner.
Well,
24-hour. Ever since I switched to 24-hour a couple years ago.
fitness?
I'm not.
Huh? Yeah,
I'm not in the
fitness.
military or like live in a different fucking country, so I live.
But
in the
it
US.
it makes shit less complicated.
Should I also
Personally,
should I also use the metric system too? Fuck
Yeah,
thing-
it's so much better. We should use
The
it.
thing with like
use
12-hour
kilometers
clock,
instead of
you'll tell
miles.
someone. I mean, if it's not, I guess it depends on the situation or something. But then you don't have to like.
That is why I like it. The problem is hardly anyone else who I'm friends with uses it, so I still have to say PM or AM.
Because it's so hard to say
It
AM or
is.
PM, right?
Yeah.
First world problem.
Not really a first world problem since
Yes,
other.
I live in a first world country, and
You
apparently
live
it's
in
a problem.
But you live in a first world country that is still confused on one time to use, while the rest of the world, with third world or first world, they use
We're
most
not
of the.
confused. I'm
What
not
do you mean
confused. I know
confused on
what
what
time
time
I'm
it is?
using.
Huh?
What do you mean confused on
fuck?
what time?
I
What do you mean confused on what time to use?
Yeah.
Let me check my Apple Watch real quick.
We're not confused, but it's just we use, as America, we still use, 12 hours, while the rest of the world, whether be it a third world country or first world country.
Or how do they use their month first and then the day?
Oh, that.
Oh, that's another thing too.
Or is it the other way around?
I just saw
is it day first, month?
Day, month, year.
Day, month, year. And we're the only ones, right? That do month, day?
I don't know if
I don't know about the only ones, but
I saw some shit on Twitter today where that happened. Someone posted an article from somewhere else, and someone commented like, "How the fuck are you 4 months ahead in April?" And they're like, "Idiot." They put the date.
Yeah.
That's when I found out that the rest of the world, most of the other world uses 24-hour clock. When I went to TJ, some store had closed at 1800 hours. And then,
they use military time.
And then when I would watch, anime, they would have on their watches, they would have 24-hour. So I was just it tripped me out. So after that, I changed.
You were blown away?
I was kind of blown away, and I changed and I got used to it, so I just kept it. So that sometimes a friend of mine will ask me, "What time is it?" Or they'll check my phone and they'll look at it. "What time is that?"
Fucking 9. The only reason I know that is because I just saw.
You literally just subtract.
Yeah, 12-hour clock. Because I live in the U.S.
Me too. That's what's
Because
up.
I live in the U.S.
Hell yeah, America.
America, bitch.
Okay,
Fuck
America,
chopsticks.
bitch.
I'm using a fork.
Fuck chops.
How do you guys feel about the government not giving us tax
Oh.
refunds, but they still take ours?
Bruh.
Wait, what?
Because
Say
of the
that
shit?
again?
No, not. I heard there's gonna be a delay.
Well, if
Not-
it's shut down,
They say
like,
that every year.
do they?
Do they?
They always say that refunds are going to be delayed. If you file at least by the end of February, you'll get it within
Within
than
a
2
month?
weeks.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
but
No,
I'm-
in
Well,
even less than 2
2
weeks.
But I imagine it might actually be delayed this time since it's actually shut down, right? I think that's why it's come up right now that it's going to be delayed.
Well, it depends. I don't know if the shutdown affected the IRS.
I think it does.
Government
It
workers.
definitely affected the TSA.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
How they're calling it off sick and shit
Hmm?
because they don't want to work for free.
No.
Oh,
They're
like at the airport, or
Yeah.
Oh,
Is a TSA anywhere else? other
yeah,
than-
yeah.
Where?
The IRS is hit by the shutdown.
At the airport.
This kid just realized how fucking dumb.
Oh my god.
I said that mostly because I didn't realize you had traveled recently.
At the airport.
Nah.
No,
I'll
but
buy
wait.
it. I'll buy it. What?
Well, how'd you travel? Like,
No. I just fucking saw what.
It was an article that
Yeah.
TSA employees are calling in sick, like a shit ton of
You
them.
fuck?
So
You
they
can't
don't
talk
have
about
to
the
go work
TSA unless you
I'm-
go to the fucking airport.
because if they go to work, they're not getting paid.
Because it's a government job, you know?
Yeah. Which is kind of funny
Just in
that,
case. you know?
that they shut down the government to secure our borders, but yet those flights that can be potentially more
It makes
dangerous
no sense. Bro.
we're losing protection there. Also, another thing that pissed me off was how much do they want for that stupid ass fucking wall? 20 billion?
It's
Some
always
shit?
sliding. It's 5 billion or something
Five-
right now.
5
It's
billion?
always sliding.
Okay, I'll take that number for right now.
You'll take it?
For argument's sake, 5 billion.
5 billion.
So the government, so the government wants that much money to build a border. There's citizens that are deprived of fucking water in Flint, Michigan, and it would take a tiny fraction of that money to fix their fucking water problem.
Their water still.
After
fucked
what,
up.
like 5+ years?
Man.
5+ years with
That
no
shit's fucking
fucking water.
crazy.
We can't spend a fraction of that 5 billion that they want for a stupid ass fucking wall that ain't gonna do shit, but to actually help out their fucking citizens that are in dire need of water.
Elon Musk, didn't he recently donated to I believe the schools to change the pipes so they could actually
Okay.
have clean water. Did you guys hear about it?
I did not. So
I did not.
Oh. No, so he actually is doing something.
Okay, that's
But
great.
that's
but
like one
but
person. you
it's
know?
one person. It's the same thing with
Or one rich person.
what's his name? What's that dude that just came to the LA Lakers that everyone's going crazy for? I forgot his fucking name.
Fucking LeBron James, dude.
There you go.
What the fuck?
Leo said I live under a rock.
Oh my god. I don't follow sports for shit.
I thought he was gonna say Lonzo Ball.
I know.
Shit.
I don't even know who that is
I'm
either.
glad he didn't.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, I know him. So
I know him.
yeah. So
He was in that Bugs Bunny movie. Right?
exactly, there you go.
Space Jam, man.
LeBron James. He opened up a school. Where is he from? Ohio.
No, it's from Cleveland. Oh yeah, Cleveland, man. But yeah. Ohio.
So he's from Cleveland. He opened up a school. He opened up a school there for underprivileged kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And people are like really happy about it. But then someone made that comment: why does it take a celebrity to actually provide something helpful that the government should be providing anyways? Like, it's really fucking dumb.
The government is running on Leo logic, and they're saying not on my screen. So
I mean, that's fine, but I'm one person. I just affect my life. The government affects 300 million plus people. Fuck that. I mean, I get it. I mean, that's fine.
Not
That's
the.
fine.
We need fucking sound. What's it called?
We need
Sound
crickets.
bites. Fucking.
But so I mean, just I get the joke. It's just the government is just, they keep talking about the people and helping the people, but at the same time they're not helping shit. They're just helping corporations, which sucks that the Supreme Court justice a couple years ago, or more than a couple years ago, defined corporations as a person when it comes to government shit. That's what they get breaks. That's why they can lobby for shit, because corporations are seen as actual people to the government. So since they have the power, they have the money to back up their shit, they get their shit done, while everybody else, the working class,
It's fucked.
And it sucks. And there's I don't know her name. I just followed her on Twitter recently. That really, really young congresswoman from New York,
Cortez.
Cortez.
There was just recently a viral dance thing that.
Dude, she is fucking killing it. I just followed her on Twitter. She gets so much shit from, dude, the fucking age gap between Congress is ridiculous.
She's only 29.
Yeah, she's 29, and most of her co-workers, if you want to call them that, they're in their fucking 50s, 60s, 70s, and they're trying to bag on her so much on her beliefs. And the reason I follow her is because they'll try to attack her on something, and she'll just clap back and be like, well, yeah, because you don't like the way I do things, and because I'm young, and because I can connect to these actually fucking people. Like, man.
who?
But that's when many brought up that argument about how
Not on my screen.
people within our age gap should represent us, you know, because she's technically within, our age.
Yeah, she's literally.
Well, she's 1 year older than you, no?
2
years older.
2 years older.
Well, see, there you go.
And
When you're younger, he's 30.
Oh shit! Damn, bro. Dirty 30.
30. All right, if I have a party, that's what I'll have a banner that says Dirty 30.
You guys have?
Well, I was gonna say no, because there was that whole shit that she mentioned how she wants to.
Who? Cortez?
Squadl Cortez wants to add
Who podcast?
a 70% tax bracket. And
Carbon
everyone.
emissions? The carbon emissions companies, those?
No, it's income tax.
Okay.
Yeah. But how you have a bunch of people who misunderstand that, thinking that, that means that we're not all gonna get taxed at 70%. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Like, it's like,
if you're in that bracket,
yeah,
you'll get taxed that.
And no, but even then, people also don't understand that you don't get all of your money taxed at 70%. The way the brackets work is however much you make above that bracket level, that piece gets taxed at 70%. So, and I'll admit that's something I didn't know until I guess a couple years ago. But it's like you have the different brackets, right? And like, let's say for 20%, the cutoff is if you make more than, let's say, I'm just making up a number, 20K a year. And then in that year you made 25K.
Mm-hmm.
Everything up until the first 20K, you get taxed at whatever, the 10%, the first bracket, right? Then only the 5K you made above the 20% limit gets taxed at 20%. But that's why you have people think like, I don't want to get a raise because it's going to put me in the next bracket and then all of my money's going to get taxed higher and I'm going to lose money. It's like,
that's not the way it works.
That's not how it works. But a lot of people actually misunderstand that. Like,
Well,
I think
Yeah,
it's
you know?
I think it's
No, but it's just it's frustrating because then for her when she's bringing this up as a means of getting more money to support more programs from the government, whether like for other people or support initiatives like Flint, right? It's like you have people saying like, oh well, no, now I'm gonna like lose all my money. The government just wants to take all my money. It's like no, this would literally only be aimed at people who make like ridiculous amounts or corporations.
ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't get how they don't see that.
They just need to be educated or more educated in that.
I mean, I after the years, I know he's credible, but I know he's super biased. Michael Moore. I forgot what documentary it was where he was talking about the era before Reagan and how the top dogs were getting taxed at 80% minimum. But then after Reagan and all that bullshit,
They made a lot of tax cuts.
They made a lot of tax cuts, so that 80% went down to what, less than what?
I think it caps at 40 now. That's the highest.
And then
or 50.
Not only that, they get tax breaks and they hide their fucking money. So it's, I don't understand how people do not get that. Maybe it's Fox scaring them because Fox owns a lot of. And it's what I just found out thanks to Vice, that whole thing where before a certain time you had to provide both sides of the argument, but then they repealed that shit, so then Fox was allowed to just run one side of it without really portraying the other side, and it just fucked up the whole demographic and the whole false information cycle just straight into everyone's homes. It's just some fucking bullshit, dude. But that's our government.
Have you guys heard about what's going on in Inglewood when it comes like
the stadium?
Yeah, it has to do with the stadium actually. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's all of Inglewood. It's probably just the neighborhoods surrounding the stadium. But apparently, people who live around the stadium or like within a certain proximity, their rent has gone up 100%.
100%.
100%.
In the last what?
And shit, I think they said by April it's gonna be 100%. And there's this guy on the news, because I saw it on the news, and there's this guy who lives in Inglewood, I guess near the stadium, and he was saying that it's bullshit, that his rent is going from like 800 to 1600
Just because of a fucking stadium.
Yeah, and so like how do you guys feel about that?
Wasn't that
That's
what
fucked
Prop
up.
10 was for?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. But
It did not pass.
It did not
It
pass.
did not pass. So there
Didn't go
is
for it.
no rent control.
Wow. That's fucked up, man.
That's why I voted for it, but I didn't.
It's a way of getting rid of low income people from the area.
Yeah.
So that only
Definitely gentrification at its finest right there.
That's, man.
What? Fuck,
Fucked
that
up,
sucks.
dude. I'll be mad as fuck.
Doesn't, at the same time, I remember hearing something about how when they're building it, since it's privately funded. Oh no, that's why it was. Since it's being funded by private people, they don't give a shit about the people around. But if we had funded it, some of that money would actually go for the areas around, some shit. But damn, I didn't know 100%.
I had no
100%,
idea.
dude. I was like, what? That's
I had no
fucking
idea.
insane. I mean, I was pretty sure there was gonna be like some type of increase, considering it's a brand new ass fucking stadium. The area isn't that great. It's not that terrible either, but it's not that great.
I don't know Inglewood.
Yeah, it's like, it's not. Yeah,
There's
well,
parts
they
of, there's
like you
nice
said.
parts of Inglewood.
Yeah, like you said, it's not that great. It's not that bad.
But 100%.
Yeah, that's definitely
fucked.
fucked up, man. I'll be
Definitely, they're gonna.
I'll be
know.
triggered. Fucking
Oh
triggered.
shit, that's
They're
why you
gonna push
live.
people
You
out.
should be triggered about that. If anything, that's what you should.
And I'm triggered right now. And I don't fucking.
I'm triggered right now.
I mean, when I heard about the stadium coming, I mean, at least I don't ever drive through Inglewood, but I just knew that people there were gonna have.
Who's
to
the
do it.
stadium for?
Chargers.
Chargers?
Two teams,
Chargers.
Chargers and the Rams.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be sharing the stadium.
Yeah.
Because I think right now the Rams are playing at the Coliseum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Fucking LA has two teams
Finally,
After
we
after
almost
not
need
having
two
one.
teams. We don't need two teams.
Yeah, why
two
don't we?
teams in
Yeah.
basketball, 2 teams in baseball,
Why do we have
two
yeah,
teams in fucking.
Nah, I wouldn't say.
double,
All right,
because
baseball.
so we could double our
You
chances.
still call them
Alright,
Anaheim?
exactly.
Anaheim
To increase
Angels?
their
Let's argue about this. Should the Angels should they be called the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels? Yes or no? And why not?
No,
Well,
not
their
the
official name is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That is their official name.
But
Is Anaheim OC? Anaheim was OC, right?
yeah,
That sounds crazy.
Then no.
people argue that it's okay because they originated in LA, which is true. They used to play at what's now Dodger Stadium. That's where they used to play. And
Los
I'm like,
Dodgers?
But
Los
Yeah.
Dodgers?
my argument to that is, didn't the Dodgers start in New York? So
Yeah,
we
that's
don't we
what
don't
we're
we don't call them the New York Los Angeles Dodgers, you know? So
Yeah.
fuck no.
And same thing with the Lakers. I forgot where they're originally from, but they're not originally from here.
New
so
York.
We
New
don't
York
call
too?
New
them.
York too?
Wasn't it?
No, they're not.
I don't know.
No?
Not you. I don't think it's New York.
Or Minnesota or Wisconsin.
I think
one of those
Minnesota.
We have
Midwest
Google,
states.
guys. We have Google.
What's that?
Who?
So I
Recycled jokes.
while they're looking at that for the teams, so I googled it earlier. I googled earlier.
What the
And
fuck?
yeah, in-
How high
in-
were you?
In 1999, they tried to sell the
Minneapolis,
company.
Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So Google tried to sell their company to this other company called Excite for $750,000 in '99, and they said no.
Wait, how the fuck did we go from talking about the
Oh no,
Angels
it's
to
because while you guys were looking, that's why I was.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Minnesota.
Camping.
No,
yeah, the Lakers are from what? Minnesota? You said Minnesota?
Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Okay, Minneapolis. So we're not gonna call them the Minneapolis LA
Lakers
Lakers,
or-
fuck,
yeah,
just
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's where they
Dude,
originated.
Well, I think there just because obviously there's a huge distance. I mean, we went across states.
Yeah.
All
All right, but
But
we're not
here-
even in the same county. It's
I'll
LA
give you
correct.
the county. The only thing is that their stadium and the stadium they play in is still in Anaheim, and fuck that. If it takes them to be called that to keep their stadium over there and not build another one in LA, fucking go for it. Because I cannot deal with any more fucking stadiums. This shit is getting fucking annoying.
Well, point is the Angels are not from LA.
No, they're not. I agree with. They should be called Anaheim Angels.
I thought
I
they
like
were.
that.
Didn't even get them.
They were, but they changed it because
They
they were
changed
trying to attract more tourists by calling themselves
When
the
did this
Los
happen?
Angeles Angels.
What was that?
When did that
I
happen?
want to say
Like-
like 10 years ago, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always knew him as like the Anaheim Angel. In my mind, I mean, just let it know.
That's somewhere.
Try
Yeah,
it.
they're right around like 10
Like
years ago
10,
before.
15 years. Yeah,
So, do we have 2 hockey teams? It's just the Kings, right?
I think it's just
Yeah,
the
because
Kings.
Anaheim
And then
is
you have the
Ducks.
Ducks.
Man.
Oh, Anaheim Ducks. The
Yo,
Los Angeles Ducks of Anaheim.
Have you guys ever been to a hockey game?
No.
No.
Do you guys ever?
I
wanna
heard.
go to one?
I heard they're fun.
I'll be
I
down.
want to fucking
Yeah.
go to
I'll be
one.
down.
Let's see these motherfuckers fight.
I've been to a,
Alright.
I've been to a baseball
Take their
game.
fucking gloves off, stab them with the
I've
fucking
been to a baseball
skating.
game. Yeah.
I think
Did
that's
you guys-
tight that they let them fight. Like,
As a kid. Oh, and a funny fact about
Funny
that.
fuck?
Yeah, funny fuck. Funny fact about that. If you ever see them get down, look around them, and players from opposite teams, they'll go and hug each other. But that's just to prevent one another from jumping in.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
what?
it'll be it'll be two players.
Fucking pause.
It'll be two players fighting it out, and let's say Bryan was from another team and I was the home team. We would like go and grab each other just so
Bryan
like,
plays for the other team?
you know it. Just so it prevents.
Fucking hate these guys.
Just to prevent him from like jumping in and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. As kids, did you guys ever watch the Mighty Ducks cartoon show?
yes.
That was a cartoon
I
show?
believe so.
That's a cartoon
Yeah.
show.
Wait,
Yeah.
the Mighty
remember
Ducks
it.
cartoon show.
Where they were actual ducks and they landed in Anaheim and they would.
Oh, I remember it
They
vaguely.
landed in Anaheim.
Vaguely.
What did they show it on? Was it Kick Count 9?
I do not remember.
I remember it
Kick
vaguely.
What? What was the station called?
Kick Count 9.
Kick out.
9.
It still exists now.
Isn't it
I'm pretty
KTLA or some bullshit?
That's 5.
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't, watch,
pretty sure
I don't
it's KCAL.
fucking watch regular TV.
Because what else did they show on KCAL? They had fucking... Didn't they have Street Sharks?
Family Feud, bro.
No, Street Sharks was Channel
Yeah, they
11.
have Family Feud.
Street Shark.
Oh, it was.
No.
Yeah, it was.
Judge Judy.
Mari.
Maybe both?
Nah, she
Fucking
Mari.
Jerry
CBS.
Springer.
For sure 11 though.
Because
Street
KCAL
Shark-
definitely had cartoons Sunday mornings. And
Sunday?
it had Mummies Alive. It had
I
Gargoyles.
remember that.
Gargoyles.
It had,
I don't remember Gargoyles.
Fuck,
Those are
what
the
else did I
shit.
have?
Fuck.
I'm gonna have to Google search this later because I just want to make sure.
Fuck, is this podcast sponsored by Google or something? Damn.
Shit, I wish they got that money, man.
When you mentioned that Google owns YouTube, the other day, I was changing the password on my Gmail, and I was looking at the account settings there. And I looked at the account info and I looked at the birthday, and it said age like 30 something. I was like, what the fuck? And then what I remembered was like when I made the Gmail account, it was because of YouTube, and
Like
I was
everyone.
well, not under 13, under 18 or 17, whatever. And then so I wouldn't be able to watch shit on YouTube. So I lied about my age way back when. So now it's completely
Like everyone
completely
did.
wrong.
You're fucking
Like-
36.
I completely forgot about that.
Damn, no.
Holy
You're older than your
shit.
brother.
I actually might be on
They're
that.
the same
I was
age.
like
They're
30.
the same age. If he's 36, they're you guys remember the first rated R movie you guys went to go see when you turned 17?
When I turned 17, first rated R movie.
Fuck no.
Oh, bro.
Nope.
You do, I'm guessing?
No.
What the fuck?
I just wanted to ask because I also remembered how I think it was 20 and I didn't know that you could just buy your ticket if you were over 17 because I took again my cousin Squadl to a rated R movie and I was 20 no I had to be under 21 so
The 20.
so I was 20 so he was probably
21.
he was probably 15 and I was trying to buy his ticket and they wouldn't sell it to me.
You'd have gone to those automatic ticket fucking.
I guess.
What?
What are they called? The fucking terminal where you could just buy the ticket.
Yeah, those ticket kiosks.
There you go.
Automated.
Yeah. Well, that's. I just went straight to
He
the
lost
fucking window.
He lost.
So I went and they told me I couldn't buy him his ticket. I had to be 21 to
Yeah.
buy more than one
20.
rated R. And it's like, what the fuck? I'm 20. Like, I'm bringing him with me. Just let me in. And I think I ended up having to have Henry buy it because I think you were with us.
I mean, I
But
remember.
rules are rules. You're not 21.
Isn't that what kind of happened to you when you went to go
Yes,
see Alien?
but yeah.
Did
So
someone forget their ID or some bullshit?
Bro.
No. It
Oh.
wasn't
It was
that.
some
It was
stupid
stupid. Like
ass.
stupider.
I got
Apparently-
mad for him.
Yeah, like
So
I
you got
was
triggered?
like, the fuck, this is stupid. So I tried to take my sisters to see Alien.
I'm about to get triggered again.
What was the newest one?
Covenant?
Yeah, Alien
Oh,
Covenant.
uh-huh.
So I asked them if
News
they
fest.
wanted to go see it. They're like, yeah, let's go. So
That's all right.
How old
We
were you
went.
at this time?
This
How old
was
were you?
last year.
like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
This
I
was
don't know,
last
like-
year.
Yeah, it
Was
must
it
have been
last
last
year?
year. Yeah, because
Last year.
or 2017.
It came out-
2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
okay,
So
so
you're over 21. That's what I'm trying to point out.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
25. 25.
Nobody was
Like,
denying
2 years
that.
ago, bro.
Okay, no,
All right,
no one
my-
here, but the people listening.
All right, so my age
Anyways.
wasn't
For all the people
issue.
listening, Sir Kraken was 25.
Yeah,
He wanted to
so-
clarify.
Anyway, my age was not the issue. The issue was that I wasn't the parent, even though fucking 25.
You should have said I'm the guardian. It says parent or
But
guardian.
still, though,
Parent or
it's
guardian.
fucking retarded.
No,
Yeah,
stupid,
like what
no.
the fuck?
There's definitely been a time when I went to the movies and they asked my mom, because I guess they didn't let him in, because she was just dropping him off, right? And she asked my mom, hey, can you take my kids in with you? They want to go see the movie, but I'm not going to be here. And she was like, yeah, sure. And they let him in front of him. And you're over here telling me that they fucking didn't let you in because you weren't their guardian?
But maybe it depends on the worker too, because maybe the worker that was at the ticket booth when that happened with your mom,
Didn't give a shit?
They probably just didn't give a shit, and they're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Like
I'm
it's
also-
it's someone
But
older.
like, that's stupid, though.
Yeah, I'm also thinking maybe all movie theaters have like different rules and shit.
Different
Could
policies.
be too.
Yeah.
Which
I-
could be, but
I don't know about Edwards, but that policy shit you're talking about. So I said thank you to the people that they scan your ticket before you get in. I went to go see Deadpool.
You need to say thank you to them?
Yes, I did. And I was like, or I was just like, this is an awesome policy. I felt like a dick, but whatever. Fuck that shit.
Okay.
So
What?
this.
explain.
Go.
Let
Let him.
So I was trying to go see a rated R movie. I'm trying to like get in, and there's a couple in front of me with their kid in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna go see the same movie at the same time.
What movie is this?
I think it was
Deadpool.
I think it was Deadpool.
Fucking
Pay attention.
Jesus.
And they were in
Wait,
front
no,
of me.
wait. To
Oh.
clarify though, Were you over 21 when this happened?
Who?
Ryan, you're not funny. Get out, bro. Hey, cut the mic.
So I was trying to go see Deadpool. There's a couple in front of me with their kid, and they're trying to get in, and they asked the parents, "Oh, how old is your child?" And they said something like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And they were just the ticket counter person was like, we have a policy where we don't allow children under 6, after 6, to rated R movies.
What?
So if you're gonna go,
I get it. I'm just like, what?
Yeah. So they, sadly for them, they got turned away, and maybe they got a refund or whatever. But they couldn't go with their kids to go see Deadpool.
Yeah.
After 6, it was like 8, 9 at night, and their policy is because children, it's later, they might get fussy. They gotta go to sleep, whatever. They don't want to interrupt other people's enjoyment of the movie, especially for a rated R movie, because it's gonna be mostly adults.
Okay.
And they got turned away, and I just looked at them and was like, "It was awesome, thank you." And I just walked in. I left because I get you want to take your kids to a movie, but if they're not like over 4 or 5, most likely they might cause a disruption.
Most likely.
So that brings my argument. What the fuck does the time have to do with anything?
This is
They
later
could
at
be
night.
fussy at any fucking time of the day.
Probably less fuzzy during the fucking day though, because they're
Not
like
if they
that's.
just woke up from a nap
Yeah, that's true.
or they're sleepy.
Well, then again, adults work till probably 4, 5, 6, so that's when they want to go to the movies after versus
On the weekend.
I don't know. Fuck movie theater policies. They're bullshit.
You never been to an 18 or older movie theater? 21 or older movie theater?
I have
Yes.
once.
Yeah.
But the only reason it was because they served. Well, actually, no, because
The Cinemark and fucking what's the one in Cerritos called?
Howie's
Harkins.
or
Harkins. There we go.
Harkins.
Howie's Game Shack.
Oh, there you go.
Shout
That's what I was thinking.
Shout out.
Yeah, they serve alcohol, but the
This
reason,
week's sponsor is how he's sure.
the place I went to that was 21 and over is because they serve alcohol. But then again, yeah, Cinemark and the other ones sell alcohol now.
Yeah.
I think they all do.
Nah, yeah, those theaters are pretty cool. When I went, the couple in front of me were asked to show their ID, and then they were under the age, so they were turned away.
Oh,
And then they didn't even ask me, and they just let us in.
then you just look old.
I guess, yeah. I mean, but that's still cool, We don't have to worry about, like, in your situation, kids or anything like that. So,
I mean, it's not that I don't like kids. It's just
no, I mean, I don't want to be interrupted or,
Fuck
Yeah.
kids.
like, I'm watching a movie, a baby's fucking crying over here in the corner and shit.
yeah.
So take your ass to an adult movie theater.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember how much it cost you? Because it was pretty pricey. Like
Yeah, it was
$20.
a little bit more. Well, then again, which one did you go to? That was 21 and
And I
over.
believe it's an El Segundo.
El Segundo. I went to one in
Okay.
Marina del Rey.
Playa
They-
Vista. Maybe we're talking about the same one.
I think it's down.
Did they
Yeah.
serve food as well? Did
Yeah,
you have a little
yeah,
table?
yeah.
It might have been.
Yeah. It's
But
20,
because of
it's like
that reason
$20.
too. Yeah, it was like $20 a ticket though.
That was the first theater I actually went to that did something like that.
Yeah.
And then
it,
fucking Cinemark and Harkins and all these other
it
ones.
was kind of cool and it was interesting to have food come to you, but at the same time, it's like to say the movie's going on.
I'm fucking. I mean,
And then, no, but
it's
then,
cool. What are you talking about?
But then the waiter, like they have to walk in front of you to like.
What they would do it for the most part before the movie started.
Yeah, but then you never know if someone like down your row orders something like, oh, I want some fries in the middle of the fucking movie, and like orders it, and then you have the.
Well, they bend down, unless they didn't give a fuck when you went.
There you go.
Fucking walked in.
It all depends on the worker. Like maybe say they don't give a fuck and they'll just walk by.
But I mean, that'll happen at any movie theater where someone gets
Yeah,
up in the middle of
yeah,
the movie.
it
And
doesn't-
they'll walk by you.
Doesn't
if
have
they
to
wanna
fucking
get
be a
something.
waiter.
Touche. Did you guys when you guys were younger? Did you guys ever buy movie tickets for a movie and then just go to another one because you weren't old enough to go to a rated R movie?
Yeah, of course.
Fish, I did that.
Did
Fish,
that
I
for
did
Tropic
that.
Thunder, man. Shit was sick. And at first we fucking failed because the fucking what was he, the or the security was being a dick. I remember we went to Cerritos, me and two of my friends. We wanted to see Tropic Thunder. We were under fucking 17 because that was a rated R movie, and we went to go see some stupid ass PG-13 movie.
Whatever, yeah.
The fucking security guards already looking at us funny. We go.
They're brown. We gotta keep an eye on them.
We go inside the movie theater we're supposed to. 5 minutes pass by. We're like, all right, fuck it, let's go to the next theater. As we're walking out, we're going to the right because that's where it was. The security guy's like, "Hey, where are you guys going?" I forgot what the fuck we said, but he was like, "Can I see your tickets?" I mean, whoa, shit. I mean, we just showed it to him. I guess we shouldn't have, but he was like, "Oh yeah, your theater's right there," and we're like, "Oh, okay." And then we just we got a refund basically. We went back because he knew what the fuck was up, what the fuck we were trying to do.
Yeah.
So we were just like, all right, we're just gonna get a refund. So we got a refund, and then we just went to Long Beach and saw the movie there. We did the same shit though. We bought it for another movie, and we got into that.
I lost count to how many movies I did that to growing up because all the horror movies I wanted to go see were rated R, so I would have to buy something. I think the earliest I ever went to the movie theaters once was like noon. I showed up at noon.
Matinee, man.
Huh?
Matinee. You never paid for matinee tickets? No one here.
Yeah.
The hell's that?
Explain.
It's early.
Oh,
Like
then if I went that
before
early,
5, right, or some shit like that, or is it?
Something like that, yeah. Like basically like early morning to like early evening.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
it's usually cheaper.
I probably did pay that then, but I showed up super early. I showed up at noon, and I ended up watching like maybe 4 movies.
Damn,
I just kept moving from movie theater to movie theater.
keep going to the concession stand. The guy say, "Hey, oh, you're back."
I jumped for sure 4 movies. I showed up at
jumped
midnight.
them?
Yeah, I jumped them. I showed up at midnight. I ended up leaving around 8 at night.
I don't know.
I used to do that shit so much. I took one of my cousins once, and we showed up early. We watched one movie, and he wanted to go see a movie. So like, okay, let's just get out and we'll walk over. So it's him, my ex-girlfriend, her sister, and myself. I literally walk over to the other movie theater. We sit down. He starts fucking freaking out on me.
What do you mean?
So I sit down. I've done this forever now, right? So I'm sitting
Forever.
down.
So you're a pro.
Forever.
Well, I mean, back then, yeah, I was. So I'm sitting down, and we're waiting. We're seeing like not the trailers, but the shit before the trailers. And he looks at me. He's like, "This isn't right. What the fuck are you talking about? We're gonna get caught." Like, no, we're not. We're not gonna get caught. We'll be fine.
I get it.
He's like, "No, they might come and check." And
I was being a little bit.
yeah, he was. He's like, they're gonna come check and they're gonna see that, I'm like, there's no way they can check.
I know, and this was before the fucking assigned seating.
It was way before the assigned seating.
No.
And then we're gonna go to prison.
So he's freaking the fuck out. He's like, no, we're gonna get caught. We're gonna get caught. I'm like, dude, I've done this so many times. No, we're not. Just chill. They'll come, they'll look around, and then they'll just fucking leave. I'm like, chill, you're good, motherfucker. Literally left the fucking movie theater, went back to the front, and bought the ticket for the fucking movie. And came back.
What?
He literally left to go pay for it and come back. He was the only one, because obviously I wasn't gonna go pay for it. My ex-girlfriend was gonna go pay for it, and her sister was gonna pay for it. So we stayed there. I'm like, dude, if you wanna go buy it, you know where it's at. He literally left, bought the movie ticket, and came back. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Like, we're not gonna get caught. He was freaking out so much.
How old was he?
He was young. He's probably like 14.
Meh.
14 or less.
Damn, dude. Talk about a little bit.
Just a movie.
That's what I was telling
Like,
you.
what are they gonna do? Kick you out and that's it?
Dude, there's one time for my birthday, my cousin took me to a movie theater like really late. It was the Norwalk one.
Okay.
So the AMC in Norwalk, we showed up maybe. Fuck, it was late. It was like over 10 o'clock at night already, and someone was walking out. But you know how there's the side doors. So someone left through the side door, and when they opened the door, they like swing it like right open.
They swang it.
Yeah. So then I saw it like closing slowly. So I looked at my cousin. I'm like, fuck this shit. And I cut through it, and she followed me, and her ex-boyfriend followed me. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, dude, the door was open. Fuck it. Let's just go in. We walked in straight to a movie that was about to start and just sat down. It's like, fuck it. Fuck this shit. I'm like, you guys really want to go pay? You guys can go pay. I'm like, I'm going to sit right here and watch this movie. Like,
now this podcast will be used in a case against you now by
what's
AMC Norwalk.
Was that one thing where like
Statue of Limitations?
There you go.
Yeah.
It's been too damn long.
What'd you guys think?
I thought it was trash.
Another trash episode.
Let's make sure we don't have a 6 seconds of silence like last time after you asked that question.
Oh shit, man! I mean, I edited 2 podcasts that night. I mean,
True.
and I worked in the morning. I was tired.
Oh yeah,
An extra 6 seconds isn't gonna kill anybody.
they killed me. Rip.
Oh yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll make it.
I was
12
concerned
seconds.
because I'm listening and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Did my hearing go out?
No, it's still going. It's still going.
Well, shit. I mean, it'll get better. I guess, you know. I'll try to get better. But all right, man. How did you like it, Jimmy, for your first podcast?
Oh, it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
it's
you-
just like when we have our regular conversations, it's just being recorded.
So would you do it again? Would you come on again?
Of course.
This is the what? When are you coming back?
Never.
Hopefully
Who are
never.
you talking to?
I'm looking directly at you.
Oh, the people listening can see what you're looking at.
Yes. So I'm talking to you.
One day they will be able to see.
So I don't have an exact date yet that I'll be coming back, but maybe sometime in March or April.
Spring break.
This kid is finally
For
leaving.
what? Just to visit.
Finally.
Damn.
Shit.
Why?
Spring break for what?
Good riddance.
Damn.
The fuck? I need a reason?
Damn.
Actually,
Angel. I'm Angel. Leo's literally heartbroken right now.
I know. This was gonna go see me next weekend.
Oh shit! Shout out Angel. Fuck.
Yeah, shout out Angel. Shout out Young Turbo.
He got cut from the podcast, everyone. So.
Damn.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
It's like he's right here.
Damn. All right then. So next week, same time next week, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. All right then.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Later.
What?
Later, guys.